Hey, what's up guys, Jaeky here. Today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Varmilo Muse65HE. This is another Hall effect keyboard which supports customizable actuation points as well as rapid trigger. Shout out to Varmilo for sending this out for review, but as always that does not affect my opinion of it. The Muse65HE is retailing for $155 USD and you can choose between 5 different themes. So as you can see here, you have the Ariel theme, which is sort of like this baby light blue. The Asgard theme, which is a black sort of Viking style font keycaps, as well as the Aurora, the Sakura, and the Summit. You can also choose between 2 different magnetic switches. You can either choose the Gateron white switches or the magnetic jade switches, with the jade switches being slightly more expensive than the white switches. The Muse65 does support 8000 Hz polling rate, which is faster than your traditional 1000 Hz polling rate keyboards. And here are all of the specs of the keyboard on screen right now. This is a premium build quality with a full aluminum case. Okay, so let's get straight into the unboxing and we can see what comes in the box. So in the box here, you do get the keyboard itself. I do have the Ariel theme here, which is that light blue. And you can see the case here is a light blue as well. And it's that full aluminum build. And then on the bottom, you have this nice backplate design as well with the 4 rubber feet. On the top here, for connectivity, you just have your USB-C port on the left side of the board. And since this is a 65% layout, you do get your arrow keys as well as some of these keys right here for delete, home, page up, and page down. And yeah, very nice looking board. The build quality is very solid as well, very heavy. There is a lot of weight to it, so it does feel like a very well-built premium keyboard. In the box, you also get a quick start guide, as well as this box right here. And inside of here, you will get a switch and keycap puller 2-in-1, as well as a braided USB-C cable. And that's really everything that you get in the box. Okay, so now that we have the keyboard unboxed, let's get it plugged in and we can go over the software. Alright guys, here's the board all plugged in. You can see the RGB turns on. Alright guys, so here is the software for the Muse65 and you can just update the firmware in here, which I did already. So everything's up to date. And as you can see here on the first tab, we can remap all of these keys to do different things, such as macros or special functions if you want. Very typical of any keyboard. And you also have different layers as well that you can set if you want to use different layers on your keyboard, let's say for different games. And then on the second tab here is where you can do all of the rapid trigger settings as well as the customizable actuation. Okay, so to set the actuation, you can just select either like single keys like this, or you can do select all. And then I'm going to change the actuation here. So you just slide this up and down to change the actuation. And as you can see on the visual here, it will change along with it. So I'm just going to set each key to 1 millimeter. It's kind of weird that I have to drag this, by the way. I wish you could just type in a number. Like I'm trying to get it exactly 1 millimeter, but I can't with this little slider UI. So I hope that's something that they change in the software. And rapid trigger, I'm going to put this on the most sensitive. Okay, but anyways, as you can see, if I like lightly press the D key, you can see it goes down a little bit. It follows all the way through until I bottom out completely. So you can kind of get like a visual indicator. You can also see it right here as well. Again, I hope they change the slider to like where you can just insert a number. Like that would be very nice. You can do advanced keys as well, macros over here. And then obviously here is where you change the RGB. These are like different patterns that you can choose. So that's pretty cool. And then the final tab here on the config, this is where you can update the firmware. And you can also change the report rate. So you can go all the way up to 8000 Hertz. And then you can do normal mode or tachyon mode. And then you can also just see all the information of the keyboard, as well as just reset the settings as well. So yeah, obviously the software is still very early stages. There's definitely things that they can improve in here, but hopefully they update the software in the future and it gets better, you know, as time goes on. But so far you can do all of the basic things that you would need to do, so that's nice. But yeah, let's test out this keyboard in game and see how it performs compared to the Wooting and whether or not the rapid trigger and customizable actuation work as intended. Alright guys, now we're in the range in Valorant and the keyboard seems to be working as intended. Barely pressing down the key when I have it set to 1 millimeter actuation makes my character move in game, which is what I would expect. And then just lifting off of the key even slightly will stop the movement completely in game. So yeah, really just the same performance as my Wooting, really indistinguishable in game. And that's pretty much the whole story of Hall effect keyboards nowadays. Most keyboards nowadays implement Hall effect really well, so I really have no complaints about it at all. Yeah, this keyboard seems to perform as you would expect, so really no complaints. Alright guys, now let's do a sound test of the Muse65 so that you guys can get an idea of what this keyboard sounds like. And yeah, guys, that was my review of the Varmilo Muse65. If you guys are interested in checking out this keyboard, I will leave all of the relevant links in the description below. But I hope this video helps you guys out, and if you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.